Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Changing African Perspectives. I hope you've been well. It's great to be back with you again. So, today let's get a little sci fi, speak a little bit on issues that I find fascinating, although I don't think this is fiction. And I want to talk to you guys about going to the new world, living this world, this earth as you know it, and us making that long journey that is inevitable. And that, of course, is the journey that is being led by Elon Musk in the form of building the space rocket and all the instruments that are required for us to go over to Mars and begin a new life there. Now, I'm going to talk about why are we doing this. I'm going to talk about the timelines when. I'm also going to be speaking about how. But anyways, if you find this topic interesting and fascinating, be sure to also send it to other people and also make some comments on what you think about this prospective journey that is ahead of us. And I strongly believe that it is going to happen. You know, the one thing that always surprises me and puts me off is when I see Christian people who are climate change denialists, because to me, I think of someone like Noah from the Bible, not the funny guy, not Trevor Noah, but the other Noah from the Bible. I think of that guy as someone who was a real scientist, someone who was a physicist, someone who saw the future and could make calculations as much as he was also spirit inspired. But there is a highly likelihood that he was also very scientific. I don't think he would have been able to be just inspired by a spirit to build such a solid ship that he was able to build and make sure that it is as stable as it was, except that he also had a scientific background to him. And when I see Christian people nowadays who say, no, there's no such thing as climate change, God is in control of this place, these are just random fires and they will go and come, they've always been there. For me, that says these Christians would have actually failed that test of Noah. They would have been the ones who would have been swept away by the floods because they would have not believed what is being said. And that same message is being said today. Anyone who is denying that this earth is really grumbling and it's shaking to its core from many different sides, to me, that person is, naive, to put it bluntly. And with all due respect, I respect people who have faith, who believe in God, who pray and do all those things, but you also have to have a realistic perspective about things. So, when we talk about the idea of Noah being a scientist and creating a ship that is going to take people from a tumultuous time that is coming for the earth, we are talking about a guy like Elon Musk who says, look, guys, there's a crisis that is pending, and we can all feel it now more than we have before as a result of so many different things, a result of the natural disasters, as we have said, a result of food shortages, a result of, I would say, even brewing emotions among people, which I think the more we are not well within ourselves, Mother Nature can also feel that and will also respond in the same way that a dog can sense you if you are afraid. It can feel your fear and it will launch an attack on you. But also because of the pending war, a nuclear war that could result in serious devastation of many parts of this world, and maybe even the final annihilation, final destruction of this world could happen through such a war. You will, of course, remember that even in the Bible, God always posts a message of destruction. So I personally don't see this as something that is out of the ordinary or something that is against God or something that is unnatural, because God has always sent a message saying things are going to go down. I'm going to destroy this place. He talks to Lot I'm going to destroy this place by fire. He talks to Noah, I'm going to send a huge flood. And that's the occurring theme that we see in the Bible. There's always destruction, there's always an end to something. Even Jesus Christ in Matthew 24, they said to him, Look, Rabbi, isn't this a nice, awesome place? Look at it. And Christ says, It's nice, but it's all going down. So this earth is no exception to that principle, whether you see it spiritually, whether you also look at it scientifically. Even a human form, the human life, does not live forever. It is born, it goes through whatever it goes through, and then it comes to an end. So there's nothing unnatural about this process that we're going through, and there's nothing unnatural about the final destruction of this world and us being equipped and us being ready to move into the next world, as I say, in the same way that Noah has had to do. So that's probably the big why. Why do we have to do something like this? We've got to do this so that we can save a part of humanity. Take a small sample and bring it over to the planet Mars, where we can be sure that we have saved a little, I don't know if specimen is the correct word, of humanity. You of course remember that there's been many ancient civilizations that have existed in this world that have gone on and died. They built great cities, they built great monuments, but as time went on, circumstances came either in forms of diseases, in forms of natural disasters, even in their own cases, and it wiped away all the civilizations. And now those civilizations, many of them, are a subject of study through archaeology, through history, and all those things. But those were the micro distractions that were gathering up and forming what is going to be the grand destruction, and we are headed to that very, very soon. The Bible, in its finality, also speaks about there being an end. So in the form of the why, that's part of the reason why the issue of climate change, these natural disasters that we see, there's going to be more and more and more and more and more of them, and they're going to be gradually growing, making this place less and less habitable for life and for humanity, making it a lot more unstable for big majority of the people. The issue of whether we can curb that, we might not, but either way, the inevitable is on its way, and that is the destruction of what we see in this world. The planet Venus is a planet that is apparently very fiery. It also has a lot of gas and a lot of high temperature. It is said that many billions of years ago, that planet was also as cool as the planet Earth, and it was inhabitable, rather habitable. But of course, now it is not, because the temperatures have risen. I will link a different video where I speak about the idea of the Big Bang. I speak about the creation of God and also mix it with the evolution. I will link that video here so that you can get the background that I'm not gonna go into now, because it's a little long as well. But that's part of the why. This world is coming to an inevitable destruction, and that's not a terrible thing. If you think of a human life, we come and we go, and that's it. There's really nothing to it. Of course, because we are in the present, we feel it so intently, such that we think that the whole world revolves around me. Yet I'm nothing. I'm just a speck of dust. I'm just a passing fad. Other people come in, even the greats, they come and they go, and that's it. Who cares about Alexander the Great right now? But in his own time, he was like the main thing. I can see even talking about Nelson Mandela. It's like, oh, there was once a time where we absolutely were endeared by him and to him, but now he's kind of fading in the memory, and some people have even the guts to speak very ill of him. But it just goes to show that we are all just a passing fad. So whether this world is destroyed or not is not something that should instill fear in anybody. So that's the why of it. The how, of course, Elon Musk is enveloped in this process, building the instrument, building the technology that is going to take us there. And of course, you will also need to have there people that are going to be absolute specialists, intelligent people are going to be the ones that are going to land in that land to begin the process of building what needs to be built when we arrive there at Mars, because there's nothing. There's really, it's just an empty space. So we've got to bring the best talent that we can get to go and begin to build what's need to be built. And of course, this is being practiced as we speak. It's been going on for a long time, where intelligent people are being taught how you're going to survive when you get there, what are the first things that you're going to build, what happens when you are in that spaceship and something goes wrong, can you fix it? So we're not going to send there people that are just going to be, baggage, useless people, parcels. We're not going there carrying parcel. Every single thing that we are taking there has to be intelligent enough, has to be smart enough, has to be ready to say, we are going there to build a land that has nothing. But because of the advancement of technologies, we now know that building new structures can happen fairly quickly. You saw what happened in China during COVID, where they built a hospital in like no time. Something that would have taken 5 years or so. It took, I can't remember exactly how long, but less than a month. They were able to build a hospital and they put the people that were infected by COVID into those hospitals. So, with that kind of mindset, that kind of technology, you are able to send people there that are intelligent enough to go and begin the foundation for the human beings that are going to be there. Needless to say, the first people that are going to be there, of course, are the extremely rich guys. Your Elon Musk, the billionaires, are the ones that are going to be able to get to that place and begin to live life there. You can imagine that it's not going to be something like what we have in this earth. This is a new earth. So the intelligence that we have gathered in this planet on earth for all these years is going to be, if you'd like to say, the fundamentals, the basics of that new world, which means far more complex technologies are going to be the bedrock and also the continuing building blocks of that new world. If you want to talk about flying cars, if you want to talk about a new form of diet, a new form of food where we won't be able to have farms and all those things, but we need to find a way to eat that is much quicker. Maybe your diet will be all condensed within just a small little pill like this, and you eat that pill and you're full and your body receives all those nutrients within that small little pill. So those are the ideas and those are the people that are needed there. That is why we need to continue as human beings to really push ourselves in as far as intelligence is concerned. I know many people like to stay in the past and they don't like to think about the future or really push themselves to move forward. I always chuckle to myself when I hear people saying, "We want our land, we want the land." I'm thinking, you want land here? This place is gonna be destroyed. People are going to Mars and you're busy crying for land that is here. Of course, I say it jokingly, I understand the issue of land is important and all that. But also think futuristically. Remember that if we're going to Mars and this world is being destroyed, you would have wasted too much energy focusing on the past. I guess that's the message that I would put, or what I'm trying to say. The when, as you all know, that we've got this war that is brewing, it could trigger the urgency at which we need to make these moves. But to be honest, I'm thinking within less than 10 years, we would have made significant moves towards that direction. Uh, I don't think this world is gonna be around for 100 years. You know, of course, I won't be there to be proven wrong. So whether I tell the truth or not, you can't say to me I lied because I won't be there. But that's just my, assumption. I don't think this world is gonna make it to 100 years from now, and that in less than about 10 years we should have been able to make some significant moves and begin to plan and rather begin to build and do what is needed to be there. Of course, I don't think every single human being that is here now is going to make it there, but it's going to be a bunch of people that are intelligent enough to be useful to get to that place. Of course, it's going to be the rich, as we said. So that's just the thing that I wanted to put out there to you, just to also maybe tickle you a little bit about these ideas and to ask you to, enjoy thinking about the future, think futuristically, explore other perspectives other than the ones that always seek to look at our past. But, anyways, I think I'll end this there for now. It's already a little too long. And in a different video, I will also add on to the specifics of the actual, how can I say, the journey, because it's going to another planet and you don't go to that planet directly. I think that video will need me to draw some diagrams and show you the actual maneuver that you'd have to do orbiting around the Earth, spinning a couple of times so that you can make it to Mars, because you will not be able to drive the machine from the Earth straight to Mars. Everything is in orbit. So it makes that process of going there a little complex. But we'll talk about that in a different video. Thank you so much, guys. And I hope you have a wonderful week. And I hope you keep on evolving. And I hope to see you again soon.